You cannot sell people on your vision. This is sales for nice people. Obviously, when a buyer is going to buy your work, they have to have a vision of the outcome, of problem solved, of we can now move forward. But where sales very often go wrong is when the seller tries to get the buyer to see the vision. Hey, look, but let me explain, let me show you that when you get this project and we go to town and solve the problem for you, then life is going to be different and everything is going to be so much better. And your buyer goes, yeah, but they like it, but there's reasons and there's complications. And you trying to get your vision across is a battle that you cannot win. Because when you try to get your vision across, when you try to get the buyer to see your point of view, you're doing the thing that I always talk about. You're making people wrong. You're not getting it. You're not seeing it. Let me explain better. Let me show you in higher resolution what the solution would look like. That doesn't work. If you want your buyer to develop a vision of what solved looks like, you need to step into their vision. You need to figure out what the world looks like to them. You need to, as I like to say, learn your people. You need to understand them so well that you can state their problem better than they can explain it. Because then you automatically get credited with having the solution. In other words, if you want people to really pick up your vision and ultimately buy from you, you need to apply what psychologists call perspective taking. Putting yourself in the other person's shoes, trying to figure out what they are up against, what life is like for them, and most importantly, what would make them want to get your solution. You cannot achieve that if you are trying to transmit your vision and have them buy into the vision that you are trying to paint for them. Stop trying to do that. Stop trying to push your vision onto people, and instead take the other person's perspective. Ask questions, get to understand their world. You need to make an effort to really get your buyer, because you don't get the deal unless you get your buyer. And when you make it your mission to really understand them, to develop an insight and an understanding of their vision, they are automatically going to be curious about your vision. They're going to ask you questions, they're going to integrate your ideas and your vision into their vision, and ultimately that's then going to cause them to go, you know, I like the way this looks. This is probably the solution that we need. How do we get started? Where do I sign? So take perspective on your buyer situation, learn your people, and stop trying to get them to see your point of view, because it's not going to work. This is Sales for Nice People. Go to salesfornicepeople.com/sign up, where you can get a short daily email, and I'll see you again tomorrow.